I saw a dog carrier, like a puppy or a cat carrier, and it was sitting on the side of the road, on the other side of the highway. For peace of mind, I'm gonna go back. It's like 3 miles, and so we're adding 6 miles to the trip. Hopefully it's just an empty container. Looks like something's in it. Hey guys, Matt here. This is day 2. I've been in Vegas. I just arrived yesterday. I drove the van all the way here. Matt's my good buddy, and he lives in Vegas. And he's like, "Hey, if you're coming by Texas, you should stop by Vegas."
I did not say that.
You should stop by Vegas on the way back.
I did not say that.
It's it's like right next door.
You did this on your own.
Man, I thought I had I thought I knew of distances. it was 1,300 miles to get here. And then I got to turn over. I'll go back to Detroit. Anyway, Matt wants to get a van. So I wanted to bring the van over so he could see it and think about maybe how he would want to do it and what would be interesting for him.
What's this?
This is the inverter. So like if you want to use the plugs, you turn this on. So now you can charge, all the plugs are powered. And then this tells you how much draw there is on the battery. Okay. And this is the overhead lights. And then this is the water pump.
Okay, so what's 13.6? Is that good or bad?
That means my battery's full. That's the voltage.
What's full though? I know
13.6.
Like, okay, that's all I was wondering.
Yeah.
And how long does it take for that to?
Yeah, right now it depends on how much draw you got on it.
Obviously, but like.
So like.
Here. Like if you were to run, if this is off all day and you were to run your whatever you do, your business during the day. How long would this last?
Laptop without running. Like,
whatever you do during your daily.
I don't know. I got to do it. Well, you know what I mean? I got to play with it. I got to live it. I just drove here. I used 10% of the battery one night, and because it was nighttime. And then as soon as I turn the truck on, the truck charges the batteries.
All right. So it's like it's only when the truck is off.
Only when the truck's off and you're at a campsite.
So it's basically when
you're
sleeping. It's basically when you're sleeping. It's like the most crucial time.
Or if you're in a place with no sun for many, many days and you don't want to run the truck.
Oh yeah, that's true. No sun. Yeah.
You know, then there's that. But you can see like how wide do you think you need it in here in order to feel comfortable? The aisleway. I mean this is from decent depth, right?
Yeah.
You have the same on this side. So that's okay, right?
I think that's fine.
That's fine. That's super wide.
Look, boom, boom, boom. Like as long as you can do this, I think you're fine.
And then like if I had a bench here that you could fold up and get into. I was just watching a video of some, I don't know who's too many of these videos, but they had a shower that was like a bench, and the bench flipped up, and so they could get in and just sit down. And then, or they were standing up, but I'm thinking I could just sit down. As long as this wall, the base, and then you just pull a ring around. And you could even put a cabinet above it. I could put a cabinet above my head. I could. I don't need nothing. Although resale value, you kind of want to, so that somebody else might not want to sit down. Although this is a great way to conserve space. In Japan, I've traveled all around the world. In Japan, they have onsens, and people will sit down, and they'll wash themselves in a sitting position, and it's nice. It's fine. I mean, you could scrub around everywhere as long as you're sitting down. And then look at that! I could have a whole upper area here. It could be stuff.
I think a shower went from a luxury to a necessity.
A necessity. Yeah. Especially if I'm outside running and doing shit.
If it's just like I said, if it's a weekend camper thing, then yeah, minimalize it. No, you don't need all that stuff. But if this is your 365 days of the year house,
yeah, and your 365 days a year office that you're like, if you're a painter or something, maybe painter, you probably need a shower. But I'm gonna be working on a computer or laptop. I want to be clean, man. I don't want to feel sticky. If you're a lumberjack or something, maybe you're okay with feeling a little soggy. But yeah, I'll definitely have more plugs. Yeah, so after this, I'm driving to Detroit. I'm going to tear this thing apart.
Taking this off too?
Yeah, I'm going to take that out. I think I'm going to do with wood ceiling.
Yeah, I don't like this ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, the guy that I bought this from, really, really, really nice guy. And he built out just enough that he felt comfortable. And then he sold the truck to me. And I'm going to take it and turn it into my own idea, my own vision. And I've got a lot of ideas. Shit, man, I got too many ideas. Oh, always got
This is a dually. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a dually. That's what I mean. It's like
Are most Ford? Well, all Fords, obviously.
no, only the 350
Oh, so this is
because it's designed. The rear end is designed to tow.
Ah,
So the rear axle.
is that the main difference between a
Yeah,
350
yeah,
and a
that's it.
350? Is
That's
the
it.
towing?
Capacity. Yeah, it's a beast.
I don't need a 350. No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill anything.
And this here is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Say hi, Tyson.
Say hi.
I came from basically cycling around the world or living in an apartment in China. And so cycling around the world, you got to limit the amount of stuff that you carry. So that van is going to be like 10 times more stuff than I've ever traveled with personally. But Matt is going to go from this house to a van. Yeah. I mean, obviously you'll still have the house.
Yeah.
Because he's going to rent it out, but it'll be weird to consolidate your life. You're going to have to go through some more like, let's cut this out, let's cut that out, let's cut that out.
You also have to remember, I spent 5 years living that backpacker, low budget,
around the world.
hostels,
Yeah.
tents. And that's 5 years.
You carried less stuff than I even carried on the truck. You were just a backpack.
I literally had a backpack for years.
Yeah.
And then I have this guy though now.
Yeah, he's going to have a dog. I'm going to go no dog, so I'll be able to limit the amount of space that I need to just what I need, which will be convenient.
Honestly, he doesn't take much space.
Yeah, he's a small dog.
I think the only thing he's going to cost me is an air conditioner.
Yeah, which is a pretty big big deal. Ooh. So I'm hanging out here for one day in Vegas. Tomorrow morning I'm going to head on my way to Detroit. I've got like a week to get there, and along the way I'll be thinking. I think what I'm going to do when I get to Detroit is I'm going to frame out everything in cardboard. So I'm going to build cardboard shelves, cardboard cabinets, cardboard seats, cardboard table, cardboard everything. And then I'll look at it, make sure it all fits together the way I want, and then I'll be like, okay, maybe I can put the shower in full time. Maybe I can do something else with that, you know?
Yeah, as you go along, you're going to start seeing what you need and don't need, what fits, what doesn't fit.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning stages.
This is the inception of this whole thing. The big money time.
Take the ramp on the right to I-15 North.
All right, guys, we are leaving Las Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas. Isn't that a movie, Leaving Las Vegas? I had a good visit with my friend Matt. We didn't do a lot of stuff, like as far as video goes, but we did a lot of stuff regards to talking. Me and Matt are really good friends. We've traveled around the world together, been to some of the most amazing places I've ever been.
Continue on I-15.
He's been to China, visited me in China, then he visited me in Kathmandu in Nepal as I was going to climb Everest. And then he joined me and we conquered, well, I don't like to use that word, we explored the largest cave in the entire world so far discovered in Vietnam, the Son Doong Cave. And since like we started becoming friends, we gel really well. Anyways, he wants to get a van to start his van life because his personal situation really is conducive to having a house on wheels that's comfortable, that he can kind of get away with him and his dog, and so he's trying to put that together. And so we just watched a ton of YouTube videos and discussed them as we watched them. We talked about equipment and gear and strategies and life and everything, and I helped him pick up a couple of couches. Maybe that's why he wanted me to come over, because we went and picked up a sofa and 2 couches, and we used this for the two chairs. Anyways, I'm back on the road. We are going from Las Vegas all the way to Detroit, 2,036 miles. The trip here from Texas, where I picked up the truck, was 1,300 miles. So this is going to push that an extra day. So I think it's going to be about 4 days, no problem, 4 or 5 days. But we're going to take it easy, put down 500, plus miles a day, and yeah, Jayoe. Man, Vegas brings back a lot of memories. If you didn't watch previous episode, I lived in Vegas for 5 years. before I moved to China and spent the decade I did in China, I lived in Vegas. This was my home. As a matter of fact, where I left in Henderson was my home. And many ups and downs, many good times, many bad times, but they all shape who you are, and I'm really thankful that I had them all. But I like this area. I like it. You got Mount Charleston, where it's like really cool and crisp and mountainous and pine needle smell, and then you've got the desert, where even if it gets up to 100+ degrees, it's very dry. You get in the shade, it feels really good. So yeah, Vegas is nice, and good people. I knew a lot of good people here. Funny thing is, I knew Matt after I left Vegas, and I found out he lived in Vegas. So we met through a common friend from Michigan, actually. And he's like, you know, your friend Matt, or I know a guy named Matt who's a traveler, and you're a traveler. And you might like this guy. You might be friends. So we became friends. Driving down the Center Drag. This is where all the casinos are. I remember driving through this. The last time I drove through this valley, I was with my dad. This was the last trip we took together. He, you know, the big trip. I was moving to China and moving out of Las Vegas, and we decided to do it by car. And so he flew to Las Vegas, and together we rode this road for a couple of days, alternating drivers until we got back to Michigan. It's a really good memory. It was a really good memory of my dad and me, and we bonded quite well on that road trip. Road trips are pretty fun, you know, when you go with someone you care about, and you can kind of share in an experience, and you're stopping and checking things out. I remember this moment. You know, in the whole grand scheme of things, all we are a collection of memories. And this memory of me driving with my dad through this little crevasse is strong, and we gotta hold on to those memories as long as possible. That's why I really love making videos on YouTube, because not only can I remember these moments and cherish these moments and reinforce them, but other people can share in them too.
Watch me, just follow every move. Touch me, let me know you want it too. Don't have what you need, but I got what you want, babe. No, we don't have to leave. The night is still young. All we need is now. Don't ever let me go. We got the whole world. Just let me feel.
Holy moly, I did not realize there were so many damn RVs in this country. I mean, they're everywhere. I'm seeing your occasional van life van. I saw a Sprinter just go by that had, what was it? Dare to be aware, or some sort of really interesting statement on the side, but a lot of really big RVs. I didn't realize how big they are, because I thought this thing was big. But some of these things are like, they're like semi-trucks, like really like semi-truck size. I'm headed through Utah, and just beautiful. Just the countryside is really nice here. I mean, it's a lot of space, Like I said before, just, man, there's a lot of space. Anyways, I'm used to, you know, I live in Ningbo, China. That's 9 million people live in that city. As I left Vegas and headed just before Utah, I drove through some some beautiful chasms and stuff, and it's like a library, kind of. It's like Earth's library, because what you're looking at, especially when you see these exposed mountainsides, is you see the layers of history, geologic history presented, and you're just driving past. I mean, compressed history. What did that dark line mean? What did that light line mean? What did that red line mean? What did that gray or light brownish line, what did those mean? I mean, each line, you're talking hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years for each line. What does that tell you? What story does that tell? Just incredible. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a paleontologist, but a geologist would be a very interesting profession as well. Just being able to go into that library and read those books that are there and that will be there after you're dead, I'm dead, after, you know, maybe all of us. Who knows? Hopefully not, but we're on a weird trajectory. Yeah, wow. Earth's library. All waiting for us to read and learn lessons. Biggest lesson? Life's important, man, and it is fragile, and it is fleeting, and you better enjoy it and make the people around you happy. Very Jayoe. For those of you that are watching this from van life, don't know what Jayoe means. Jayoe is a Chinese word. Ja is to add, yo is fuel. So you can say, Jayoe, meaning I have to fill up my tank with fuel. Or you can see somebody doing something that that requires some encouragement, you know, like the Olympics or something, and somebody's running, trying their best. You say, Jayoe, Jayoe, Jayoe. It means, I know you're doing your best, but add a little bit more if you can. Whatever fuel you need to accomplish the goals in life. My fuel is travel, telling stories, sharing my journey, and making videos. Jayoe. I saw a dog carrier, like a puppy or a cat carrier, and it was sitting on the side of the road, on the other side of the highway. I wonder if I can go and see if I'm wondering if there was anything in it, you know? It's a long way to go back. I always wonder about those things. I'd hate to have some poor animal sitting in his cage. Of course, if he flew off the back of the van or whatever he was in originally, he probably died anyways. For peace of mind, I'm going to go back. It's like 3 miles, and so we're adding 6 miles to the trip, and hopefully it's just an empty container. I'll pull off on the side of the road, wait for traffic to clear, run across the highway, and set my mind at ease. Who knows, maybe somebody has already thought what I thought, pulled off the side of the road and picked it up. I know where it is, pretty much. Looks like something's in it. Nothing. It's empty. So that's good. And you know what? Now I know. And that's really important. I'm going to take this and I'm going to throw it away somewhere so that somebody else doesn't see that and think, oh my God, what if there's a little animal in there? It's a beautiful day. Holy moly, Utah. Woohoo! This is nice. This is a nice pet carrier. And it's got a bed in there. Something was in there. Now, I've added a little time to the trip, but I think it was worth it. Because otherwise I would have been pondering. Because vlogger, you know, like a filmmaker, vlogger, somebody like me, I will think of so many stories to tell about this poor little animal. Oh, poor little animal that, you know, was stuck on the side of the road. Look at this horse. I just stopped at a gas station, and this lady over here, we were walking into the gas station, and she said she had a cat. So I found that cage, and I gave her my cat cage.
Best Buy CEO noted.
So it all worked out. Kind of nice, right? I found that cage. There was nothing, no animal in it. I took the cage, and I found a home for the cage. I wasn't expecting that. I just filled up my truck for the most expensive fill up. It was $4 and something per gallon, and premium. So this is the first time I put premium in the tank. I think every so often I'll treat the old boy to a good refreshing beverage. Not always, but every so often. I think. What do you think? I mean, I don't think I can fill it up with premium all the time, but I think every so often to kind of flush out the system, not a bad deal. Anyways, yeah. A good ending to that pet carrier story. Back on the road, 1,761 miles to Detroit. So I'm sort of taking notes. I'm looking at areas and I'm scoping things out, and I'm thinking about when this van is a house, like a real house, real comfortable place. I could see myself taking one of these side roads and just driving off into the canyons. Find a comfortable spot, back it up, concealed a little bit, and then spend a couple of days. Solar powers will be charging. There's Wi-Fi here, so I could actually work, and I could be in this like beautiful place. Open up the back doors every day, have a nicely stocked fridge with some food in it, some things I could cook. That would be very, very, very neat. Yeah, this van is going to provide a whole different sort of life that I was used to on the cycle tour. I mean, I can reach places, set up, get back on the road, and really, really put down some distance. I was talking in the last episode that it's a bit of a downer because cycling slow, and that's kind of the joy of it, is that you're going slow. You're literally just puttering along. But here you're hauling ass, and you can like reach beautiful places better, but you also will not find those surprise beautiful places that you can only find while you're going 9 miles an hour or less. You know what I mean? So it is certainly a give and take. But I mean, I would have loved to have cycled this area. This would have been amazing. I wonder if I could have cycled on the road here. I don't know, but it would have been amazing. I would have had to buy 10 more drone batteries because I would just be flying every 5 minutes. I passed up Devil's Canyon. I've been videotaping too much. It's just too much. But it's on the list. If I want to go and check out Devil's Canyon, I'll be able to do that. You know, I know it exists, and I've got 4 wheels and a house eventually, and an office to get me there. Pretty neat.